Hey there, thanks so much for joining me today for the Natural Lifestyle Show. My name is Angel and this is baby Skylar. Today I want to talk about broken hearts. I want to talk about what the symptoms are of a broken heart and what you can do about it. We've all had experiences with broken hearts. It's just a part of living. And I have such a happy little sweet little baby right here, so I mean I feel I'm happy because of this little baby, but yet if you've tuned in and you have a broken heart, I want to give you my condolences on that and give you my sympathy, because I know it's not a good place to be. And so that's why I just felt like talking about it today, because like I said, I have had my fair share of experiences with it, and it's a part of life, and let's just find out some things we can do about it. Now in my next video, I'm going to talk about herbs to help heal a broken heart, which I know that herbs cannot just totally heal a broken heart, but they can help. First of all, I want to say that with a broken heart, I have found that the true comfort from a broken heart really is to be found in God, in the Bible, in His Word, and His promises. Because if someone has died, my hope is to see them again in heaven. You know, they've gone ahead of us to heaven, and so that's our hope for the person who has died, and our comfort, knowing that we're going to see them again. And if it's a heartbreak, then we can just fall back into into trusting God, because He's in control of everything. And so we just have to trust that this is best for us. If someone, you know, has broken your heart, if a relationship has been severed, just trust that He has something else in store for you. And that's a whole lot easier said than done. That's why heartbreak is so difficult, because it literally traumatizes you. It's gut-wrenching. It's you know, it's a bad thing. It's really a bad thing. And I wrote down here some signs of a heartbreak that I have experienced in my own life, and I'm sure you have too. I'm losing interest in just about everything. I'm having a lot shorter attention span, or almost non-existent attention span. Losing the will to do anything, you know, not finding a purpose or wanting to do anything. Feeling mentally, emotionally, and physically broken. And it changes a person. It really truly does change a person. And a lot of times with heartbreak, you know, depending on the circumstances, like if it's a death or something like that, you know, I think a lot of times people have guilt about things that they didn't do, things that they did do, things that they wish they had done, and it's you know, there's nothing you can do about it. There's absolutely nothing you can do about it. And with a heartbreak or a broken relationship, you know, you can feel a lot of guilt about things that you think that you may have done wrong. Do you want to hold the paper? You can feel, you know, just broken and just torn by betrayal, which is really hard thing to deal with, and maybe generally bad about yourself. And like I said, these things change a person, and it takes time to rebuild, and that's a part of life. And hopefully, you know, you can learn things from them and forgive yourself and forgive other people. You have to forgive. As a Christian, I believe you have to forgive other people. There's no alternative. You know, the Bible tells us to forgive. It doesn't give an option, you know, because we are just as sinful as everyone else. And, you know, that goes, and we have to forgive ourselves too, because if you don't forgive yourself, you get stuck. You just get stuck in one place, and it's not a good place. And you have to be there for, like, your precious little kids and for the people that love you in life, and you have to keep on fulfilling your purpose on this earth that God's put you here for. And so you can't do that if you just stay in a really bad place. But it does take time to get out of the bad place, because just like if you're physically getting into a bad place, you physically have to get out of it. Well, the same thing with a heartbreak. It's a mental, emotional, maybe even spiritual, physical. It's a place that a person finds himself in, and they have to get out of it. And you have to make some kind of effort to get out of it, and eventually you do anyway. And you have to have right thinking, and right thinking comes from reading God's Word, the Bible. There's also, look up Detox Your Brain, I think is the name of it. It's a program online, and it's one that I'm planning on taking. And this lady's a Christian, and she is a scientist, and she is very, very educated about the brain, and about how thoughts change your brain, actually change your brain, and how right thinking is like so important to our lives. So please check that out. And like I said, I'm going to tell you guys more about it when I take it, because I'm really looking forward to taking that this year. So you should be thankful for what you have always, because there's always things and people in your life to be thankful for. So we shouldn't let our gratitude fall to the wayside. And there's also thankful for heartaches that we don't have, because you might know people in your life that are sick or whatever, or are dealing with physical things, and we should be glad that we have those people and that they are as in good a health as they are. And we have, cling to the reasons that you have to go on, which is what I spoke of before: your family, your children, whoever your family is. You might not have kids yet, but your family, God, the life purpose He has for you, people in general, because He has put you here to show His love to other people. He's helping me hold on to this. Also, I have read, and you may have read, that the physical heart actually weakens when we have heartbreak, and that's one good reason not to want to stay there too long, so your physical health doesn't, really deteriorate. Because I know we've all heard of people who have died from heartbreak, and that was probably from a physical heart, impairment. They have found that the heart just doesn't function as efficient, as well as it does when you don't have a heartbreak. And I like to say not to judge people that have a heartbreak. If you're not going through a heartbreak and other people have one, they may do things that you don't agree with. Like if they had a spouse pass away, or they may date earlier than you think that they should, or somebody might deal, as long as somebody's not hurting themselves or someone else, they might deal with something in a way that you don't think they should, or they might get stuck in a place that you wish they would just come out of, because you can see so clearly how they should come out of it, but they just seem to be stuck there. Pray for those people, help them, or just make an effort to understand, because honestly, if we're not experiencing it, we don't know what we would do in the situation. And so I would just like to remind people to extend grace and understanding toward other people who are suffering in that way. Clinging, when somebody's totally and completely devastated, I think it's normal for clinging kind of to become maybe the initial reaction. Clinging to God, clinging to other people. I think you've all seen people when someone's passed away, a lot of times the family's just physically clinging together. That just seems to be an initial reaction, because we get strength from God and we get strength from other people. I think that's the way God created us. Also, I would say to pray for supernatural comfort and love, because God can supernaturally comfort you and show His love to you. He can do it Himself, His Holy Spirit, and also through other people. And as time goes on, which probably at first too, everybody takes a big amount of time to look back, and at first it's looking back, usually thinking, oh, I should have done this or that, or being critical or feeling bad or guilty. But in time, as you begin to heal, you can look back and learn actually from the experience, and know, like, if someone is in heaven, you know that if you know all the things that you feel bad or guilty about, you know you're already forgiven of it, and you know they're okay. And so there's no reason for you to hold on to that. If it was a relationship, you have to forgive yourself. You have to forgive the person for their part in it. I mean, and you just have to just learn what you can learn from it. And, you know, don't fall. There's two traps you could fall into. You could fall into the trap of thinking that everything was the other person's fault, or you could fall into the trap of thinking that everything was your fault. The truth of the matter is, everybody has faults in a relationship. And so, you know, if someone has done something to you or blamed you, you have to know, hey baby, that everyone has faults, and no one really should treat anyone else in a bad way. No one should treat anyone else in a negative way, or a way to put them down or make them feel bad. And so that's really not acceptable behavior. So if someone has done that and then, you know, said it was your fault, then you don't have to believe that, because, like I said, everybody has faults. They had faults in the relationship. You had faults in the relationship. And if you've done that to somebody else, if you've done some wrong things to someone else, then, you know, don't let yourself just blame the other person, because you had faults as well. You know, you have to take responsibility for what happened, and that's just a part of life. And time, you know, time really does play a big part in healing a broken heart. I know that might sound cliche or whatever, but it really is true, because it kind of, it helps you to heal. And that's just the truth of the matter. And sometimes things never heal, but they don't feel like they did at the beginning. It's not so overwhelming that you absolutely just cannot deal with it, because, you know, a true heartache is like a heartbreak is pretty much a breakdown, and it's not pleasant. And so that's why I want to give, you know, this advice or whatever, you know, just things that I've learned and things I've read and seen. If you have any comments on the situation, please leave it down below, because, you know, you have to deal with these things and come out of the other side, and you have to live while you're going through it too. And so, you know, that has a lot to do with, you know, pertaining to this channel. We teach how to live a natural lifestyle, but if you're brokenhearted and you don't even care about anything, then you're not going to have any interest in that. But honestly, you know, when something like this happens, you have to remember to take care of yourself and remember to take care of your family. You can't just stop. You still have the everyday needs, and probably even more so, because it's more of a strain on your body and your emotions to be dealing with it. So that's why I want to share that with you guys. And please, like I said, leave your comments down below, and I'll be making another video very soon. The next one is going to be herbs to heal a broken heart, or help heal a broken heart. And when I make that, I'm going to link it into this video. So you guys have a great day, and we will talk to you soon. And Skylar says bye, and we love you guys. Talk to you soon.